so I'm not quite sure. You know, like I've never really been on stage. Have anybody like ever had braces in here? They are miserable, let me just tell you. Like, the worst thing ever is when you're just like sitting in a dentist chair and they have your mouth like pried open and they're like, how you doing today? And it's like, what are you supposed to say? Oh, I'm doing good. Okay. Like, what are you supposed to say to that? I'm not really big at this, so don't mind me. Just laugh because, you know, I'm totally funny. I'm just gonna welcome Corey Craig, everybody.
Keep going for Bailey. Yeah. I met Bailey at the Teammates convention on Thursday night, and she said her dream was to do stand-up. So thank you for allowing that to happen. Boom. Guys, we're doing a big trip tonight. This is incredible. I grew up at 69th and Havelock, like right here. I used to come to this place and get into shitloads of trouble. It's so weird to be back, man. This is great. I see that they've done a lot to the walls. The seats have been clearly remodeled since the last time I stuck gum on the bottom. This is good stuff, man. This is so beautiful. Oh, god dang, it's so cool to be back, man. Ah, shit, this is fun. This is so cool. I feel like I'm in trouble, and you guys are like, what the fuck is he doing? I don't know. This is cool. For those of you who don't know, my name is Corey Craig. People always look at me all the time and go, oh my god, look at him, he's so sweet, he's adorable. And that's fun and all, guys, but sometimes I get mad, you know? Sometimes I get mad. Like recently, I changed my Facebook status to fucking A, man! I did not realize that it would come across that I was fucking a man. My mom pronounces Twitter twatter. She's like, Corey, you should get on Twatter. So I guess, mother, I should. We're gonna work on that as soon as I'm done fucking a man. This is terrible. My old special ed principal, Trish Lanning, is here. It's so awesome to be able to cuss and not get in trouble. Just like, 1, 2, fuck. All right, feel good for you? Swearing? I feel, what? I am in trouble. This is a true story. Just because this is more fun for me just to talk about some real shit. Lanning and I are amazing friends, even though she suspended me a shitload of times. And back in the day, still to this day, okay, I was in math class, and we had a substitute, and the substitute wrote a letter to Lanning saying that I changed my grade, and she suspended me. I changed the grade to a D fucking minus? And she suspended me, and she thought I changed my grade. And still to this day, I told her I would get in a lie detector, and she doesn't believe me. So can we just, for right now, just say like, hey, you didn't do it? No. Okay. We made this happen. We're doing all kinds of fun stuff. Obviously, I live in LA now. I love you guys, but like it's still too cold. Like right now, I'm wearing long johns, in case anybody's wondering. Like this is. Because it's too cold. That's just me. I'm just talking, having some fun. I can't believe I'm back in fucking Havelock. This is crazy. This is crazy. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, but clearly, full circle, I'm back at the pinnacle. This is where it's at, man. Like, if you were to ask me, like, what my life goals are, it's like, be in movies, move to LA, and, like, perform in Havelock. You know, it's like, right... It's like right up there. Yeah, hit this shit hard, man. Hunter Swenson, it's his birthday. This was his dream. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I'm glad we could make this happen for him. That's the face of Hunter. It's very cool through Troublemaker Foundation. How many people here have heard me speak through Troublemaker Foundation? Yeah, we got a lot. Wow, that's a shit ton of people. So I don't need to tell you guys how much trouble I got in. Thank you for being here. Hunter was at the very first speech that I gave, even before Troublemaker became what it was today. So it's just awesome to see Hunter 4 years later have his 18th birthday be here tonight. It's just cool, man. There's a lot of great things. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm glad to be here in Lincoln, Nebraska, even though I still call it Stinking Lincoln. And like the best possible way of, making me feel good. A lot of my family's here today. I was able to dye my aunt's hair. It was a lot of fun. She needed to look good for tonight. She's a hairdresser. But it's cool because she's normally the hairdresser. I gotta do her hair. But for me, hair for me, okay. So 6th grade, we talked about this. I got in trouble for all those kids that, so. Okay, in 8th grade, for those of you who don't know me, that's like when NSYNC was on top of the world. That's like when Justin Timberlake was riding high and JT had his little curly hair situation. All right, and my aunt, the one we just talked about, was a hairdresser, so I got a permanent. And I went to school thinking I looked like Justin Timberlake, but now when I look back, I go, oh shit, I look like Susan Boyle. Which is cool. So the joke's on you tonight. Yeah, great to see you too. It's fun. That's my aunt. If you want to talk to her later, she got all pretty for tonight for you guys to have citizens of America. I just want to talk about some fun stuff. I just want to be real. So I feel like some of you guys like me because I was on Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, like the 3 women in here. Perfect. I like this. I like to tell you guys this story because we're just being real and just having fun tonight. Tonight's all about Hunter. For Grey's, obviously, for those who haven't seen that, I cried and I was like, the whole point of my character was to say, oh, I took steroids to impress girls. Like that's what happened in the episode if you want to go back and watch it. But true story is I was so nervous to cry on camera that before we shot, I drank 12 water bottles. And for the scene, they lock you down. You really have a fake IV and you get, mounted to the bed and right as we're about to start shooting, I peed myself a little. So the tears were more of just embarrassment. So when you guys go back and watch that, that's just some real talk. It's fun to come back. I babysit a lot for all my little cousins in the neighborhood. I like to give back and have fun with that. I took my little cousin to YMCA to go swimming, and that was a delight. We were hanging out by the side of the pool, and he jumped in, and he started doing those little tornado turns, and I was like, dude, look at you, man, you're doing all kinds of great things. He's going around really fast and doing things, and then all of a sudden the lifeguard jumped in. Because I didn't realize that he was kind of drowning. I thought it was some impressive shit. I didn't know what was really going on. So needless to say, I'm not part of that family anymore. Where I live in California, I don't know how else to say this, but there are a lot of Hispanic children in my building. And I live in a 4-unit apartment complex, and there are 400 Hispanic children. And I always do my best, to give back. And one of the kids that lives downstairs from me, her name's Brianna. And the other day, Brianna's mom goes, hey, C, can you take Brianna to McDonald's because she's hungry and I can't leave right now? And I was like, absolutely, let's do this. Let's make this happen right here, right now. So Brianna's mom gave me her car seat and we're driving to McDonald's and we're talking and she's right here. We're doing big things, driving along. And I'm talking to her hey, what's going on? Bruno Mars is on the radio, just all good stuff. And we're about to turn into McDonald's. She's yapping away, talking about fun stuff. I was like, Brianna, do you like to go fast? And she's like, yeah. And a big Corvette was coming this way. And so I whipped it really, really hard into McDonald's. And as we're getting to the drive-thru, I look in the rearview mirror and all I see is a flipped over car seat. Because Brianna's mother forgot to tell me you have to hook in a car seat as well. So all I'm doing right now is trying to say when I'm in town next time, I'm open for babysitting jobs. And then last thing, because I'm so good with kids and all that fun stuff, over the winter break, I have a buddy in Cali who asked me to watch his cats. If you have cats, don't do that ever. Like, just take your cat with you, or, you know, treat it like a football. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so, okay, he had 2 cats, right? Just 2 of them. 2 of these little furry fucks. You know what I mean? Just like, I don't like them at all. But I did my duty, because like, he's my boy, I want to take care of him, do fun things, okay? I go over, and he was gone for a week. And he's like, hey man, you don't need to go over for like the first day, because they'll be all right. You know, cats, they can do big things. And I was like, cool, right? Cats can take care of themselves. I was like, can they do it for 7 days? He's like, no. So day 1 passed. I show up on day 4 because like the first 3 days I was busy. Don't judge me. Fuck cats. And I show up, and like the 2 cats, like they were like pretty fat when I remembered them, you know. And I showed up, and like they were like a little skinny, and I got worried. And my buddy had it all set up for me, like 2 big bags of food, all the water and the bowls and everything like that. So I filled up all the bowls and the water, and I left, and I was like, all right, you guys are gonna get fat by tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing my duties. And I came back day 5, and I checked on the cats, and like all the water was gone, but the food was just still right there in the bowl. And so I got worried, like, oh shit, they got so skinny, like their stomachs are gone. You know, like they ate themselves to death. I don't know what's happening, like will their stomach come back? So in my head, I'm like, oh, just give them more food. Like that'll be perfect, you know what I mean? Like just fill that up. So I got the bag and I just dumped it all over the bowl, so it's just a mound of cat food, just like right there. And I filled up the water again and I left, right? Like they're gonna be okay. And I come back, day 6, water gone, mound of food right there, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. So like, what do you do in that circumstance? You call a fucking girl, because they know all about cats. And so I called a girl, and I was like, hey, what are you doing right now? And she's like, I'm busy. I was like, cats need help. She's like, I'll be there. And so she shows up, and she looks at the water. I was like, they're drinking water, but they're not eating food. She's like, I can see that. And I was like, deal, you're good. But the mound of food's right there, and she starts like looking at like the food mound. And then she starts looking at the bag, and she like starts figuring it out, and she goes, you've been feeding them kitty litter. Because some kitty litter looks like rabbit pellets. So thankfully, what I'm here to say is that I got the cats the proper food, and those little fucks are back to being Garfield size, and life is okay. Guys, thank you for allowing me to be here tonight. It's an incredible journey to live on Hard Rock, to now be back in Rodeo, to now be in California following my dreams, and now to help somebody that I care about deeply follow his dreams. Can we stand up and welcome the incredible Hunter Swenson to the stage?
Yes! Keep it coming! Give me your power! All right, you can sit down now. This isn't church. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I was back there and I was getting really nervous and I was praying to myself. I was like, God, help me with this, man. I really need your help. I really want to be funny tonight. Like expecting him to just come down and be like, what? No, fuck you, dude. Like, what? No. Oh, man. But I really appreciate the applause. It makes me feel like I'm making a great career choice because out of all the careers I've wanted in my life, let's see. I started off wanting to be a pirate. This was in 3rd grade, okay? So it's not like I was an adult now. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go murder people and take their treasure. I started off, and my mom's like, when I was really little, I was like, Mom, I want to be a pirate. And she's like, you want to be a good pirate? I was like, what the fuck is a good pirate? I was like, there's not, like Robin Pirate? Like, there's no Robin Beard. There's nobody who goes around, sails the 7 seas, and it's just like, hey, I'm going to steal from the poor and give to the poor. Nobody does that, like, at all. And then I wanted to be an archaeologist because I watched Indiana Jones, and I was like, yeah, that looks like fun to go around and have adventures and fight Nazis. And like all of those are impossible because like 1 week I lost my wallet for a whole week and it was in my bed. Like I was sleeping on my money for a whole week. I struggle finding Waldo. I have like 10 books of just Waldo and I have no idea where he is on any of the pages. And then I was really into James Bond. I was like, yeah, I want to be James Bond. I want to go around and save the world and have sex. Well, by the way, here's the thing. They've made 48 movies, and he's had sex with like 2 women each movie. Do the math. I'm just saying. But no, I was like, I want to be tough like James Bond. And I was at the gym the other day, and I was doing a pull-up, and I realized I look like a monkey with a skeletal disease. And I was like, no, I don't think this is gonna work. So I'm really glad I settled with comedy. But I'm 18 now, and I have to go to college, and there's no degree in comedy, so I want to do film. But my mom's like, well, I think you need to think about like a backup plan. Like you need a backup plan in case comedy doesn't work out for you. So I came up with a couple solutions. One of them is a restaurant called Which Restaurant. That way, when you're arguing with your significant other, it's a lot more entertaining, and it also saves the hassle of so if somebody was like, hey, honey, which restaurant do you want to go to? And you just like, which restaurant? And then you can just have like this pointless argument for no apparent reason. Like, no, I'm asking you. I know, which restaurant? No, I'm asking you, pick a restaurant! The other one is I want to start a counseling forum with all male employees for women who want to vent about their hard lives, especially like in high school. Oh my gosh, my boyfriend cheated on me and I'm just so stressed out. The guy on the other end of the phone is just like texting and he's like, yeah. It's like, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're listening to me right now. Yeah, anytime. Because he really doesn't care. He's getting paid either way, so. All right. I'm really glad you guys are all here. It makes me very glad that you're my friends. I like how I have like a mixture of guy friends and girl friends, because guys you should have around because they're the people you want to get excited with, and women are the kind of people you want around because they're more sympathetic, they're more emotional. So if I was like, for example, I'm going to use my friend Logan because he's not here to defend himself. If I was to walk up to a girl and I was supposed to be like, hey, listen, my dog died, they would say, oh, I'm so sorry. What can I do to help? But if I asked my friend Logan, he'd be like, well, shit, sorry, dude. I guess you need a new pet. Might I recommend one I can't hit with my car? What? Oh, sorry. No, it's all good. I mean, here's something. I accepted Jesus into my life about like 6 months ago. Thank you. Oh, okay, there we go. Most people usually don't clap for that, so thank you. But I came to Jesus at a music festival. Like they played everything like pop, rock, Christian heavy metal. Even if you play Christian heavy metal, even God has to be up in heaven. Like, turn that shit off. He's got to just be like, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. I can imagine Jesus as a teenager, like up in heaven, like just like I don't know. I feel like Jesus really likes pop punk. Like I feel like yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you. All right. I just imagine him like sitting in his room and Jesus is just like, God like knocks on the door and he's like, what in my name are you doing? He's like, what? I'm just listening to like Panic at the Disco. Turn it off. It's like, you never understand me, Dad. You don't know what I'm going through. That's it. I'm sending you to your mother. Oh, no, not Earth. Don't send me there. It's terrible. Oh, too bad. I can't handle this anymore. Oh, man. Yeah. I wonder what would happen if Jesus came back. I wonder what he'd be like. Probably just be like, and then he'd just leave. He'd take a great sigh, and then he'd probably just leave, and he'd be like, I'll come back in a couple more years. Maybe it'll fix himself out. All right. I totally just ran out of material, so I'm just gonna start picking on people in the audience. I have to pick on my grandma. My grandma, Carolyn, she's sitting in the front row. Will you stand up, Grandma? Stand up. Stand up, don't be shy. All right. I love my grandma, I love her to death, but she's not like the greatest problem solver in the world. And here's why. Sometimes when I go over to her house for lunch during school, she'll get mad at the squirrels in her bird feeder. And instead of like actually like going outside to like deal with the problem, she just kind of like stands by her back door and just stomps. She's like, go away! She's like, shoo, squirrel, shoo! And she doesn't even go outside, and it's especially funny because sometimes she gets like a little rhythm to it. And it's absolutely hilarious. I once told my grandma that when I was like, it was a couple Thanksgiving ago, I was like, Grandma, when you die, can we get you taxidermied? Now, I know what you're thinking, but it's totally okay. She was actually like, like she was thinking about it. She's like, it was a great suggestion. But she's like, well, why would you want, why? And I was like, well, I mean, you've always wanted boobs. And instead of getting mad, she just goes, true. I owe you very much for this, thank you. All right. I gotta talk about my friend Logan. He's just not here, so it's gonna be really funny when he sees the tape and he's like, He won't even have words, he's just gonna go, But he had cancer when he was a kid. He had leukemia, it was all over his body. And one of my favorite memories of him is one time we were in class and we were talking about Jimmy Carter, our old president. Okay, no claps for that. But thank you, one person. But we were sitting in class and we were talking about how he has a brain tumor, and him, having cancer all over his body, just like out of the blue in the silence, just goes, "That's pushy shit." And everybody in the class was like, what? Hey, Logan, that's inappropriate. And he just is like, so? Try having cancer all over your body. Then we can talk. And he holds it too. He's trying to like brag that he has cancer. He's trying to like make cancer a thing. Like it's something just like fun for everyone to have. I love him though. When you watch this video, buddy, I love you. Now, man, I was not prepared for this. What's a senior in me? I can't handle high school anymore. I'm 18 years old. I can't do it. Like, I'm too big for the toilets. Like, LPS needs to understand that kids take big boy poops now. Like, I'm sorry, but like, it's like wiping with like loose sandpaper. It's not hard, but it just doesn't get the job done. It's unbearable. And the water faucets, why do water faucets at schools always have to be like at like a third grader's level, like down here, where you have to bend down at like a 90-degree angle? And they don't even have like any water pressures, so it just looks like you're suckling on like the top of it. I'm really glad you just got a picture of that. I'm so putting that on Facebook, you have no idea. But no, and here's the thing. I'm a part of this thing called Pershing Pals, right? And basically we're just like high school students are pen pals to kids at Pershing. Yeah, thank you. I forgot the school for some reason. And so I go in there and they're trying to do this thing where there's like there's no door to like enter the bathroom. It's just like you see the sinks and then there's like a hallway that goes right into the toilets. And I find that uncomfortable. I don't mind it when people watch me go to the bathroom. I just mind it when people watch me not wash my hands. Because I feel judged. It's like you don't do it either. Why do you have to reprimand me, Mom? All right, I have one more story about somebody who's not here because he can't defend himself. My friend, my good friend Devlin, he's oh, don't clap after this story, please. You're gonna look at him and be like, yeah, if you know him, you're gonna be like, yep, that's him. But I love him, he's in the Air Force, I love him, but he doesn't think with his brain. I don't know what he thinks with. But he's, okay, one time we were on O Street. All right, this is a couple years ago. I couldn't drive. We were on O Street, and he has this bright yellow Mustang that he just loves to like show off and like make him feel good about himself. And we were driving down O Street because he has like nothing better to do, and he likes to pull into the Hy-Vee on O Street and watch all the cars that are faster than him just like drive by. And he just sits there and he's like, yeah, I could beat him. No, you can't. Sorry, buddy. But and then all of a sudden there was this car that pulls up. There's this car and there's these two girls. One of them I recognize, the other one I don't recognize at all. And we get out of the car, we say hi. They're like, oh, hi, I like your car. That's just how girls talk in this scenario. And then he's like, hey, you want to ride? Now, keep in mind, he has the 4-seater car. It may be 2 doors, but it has 4 seats. And me, using my brain, tries filling in the 1 seat in the back, and he stops me and he goes, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm getting in the car for a ride. He's like, no, you're not. Yeah, see, that was exactly what I was thinking. And I was like, excuse me? He goes, yeah, no, you're just gonna wait here. And I was like, no. He's like, you're gonna wait here. I was like, where exactly am I gonna go? He said, I don't know, just go sit in their car. I was like, so what, you want me to sit in this car with this stranger? I have no idea who I'm with. Yeah, pretty much. So I go sit in the car with this strange... I had no choice, he was my ride home. So I go sit in the car with this other girl, and this girl I've never met before, and I don't have my phone. I can't call and ask for help because it's in the back seat of his car. And so I'm just sitting there twiddling my thumbs, and it's like a good 10 minutes, and she's doing the same thing, and eventually she looks over to me and goes, you know, you're real quiet. And my response was, I'm sorry, how many times have you been ditched in a parking lot before? Hey, how many boys do you like meet up with in a parking lot and they just like suddenly have conversations with you? But she's talking to me, and I'm getting to know her, and I'm glad I don't know her anymore. And he comes back like 10 minutes later, okay? And he's like, okay, switch. And of course I was like, oh, okay, my turn. it wasn't my turn. And he switches, and I'm sitting with a girl who I know, and I'm doing the same thing because I forgot my phone again. And I'm just sitting there twiddling my thumbs, and 10 minutes go by, and she just stares at me, and she's like, you're really quiet too. And I go, your friend said the same thing to me. And she's like, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, I just want to go home. She's like, well, do you want to play questions? And I was like, oh, God. Because, first of all, anybody who's ever gone through middle school knows what question is. It's just like you just, I was like, all right, fine. And so she's like, well, have you drank? No. Have you ever had sex? No. Do you do anything? And I was like, well, usually I'm at home instead of parking lots. And this goes on for like half an hour. I haven't seen him in half an hour. And eventually she looks at me and she goes, I'm kind of nervous. And I was like, oh, God. And she looks, she's like, I was like, why? She goes, I kind of find you attractive. I didn't know what to do, so I just looked at her and I was like, thank you. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be honest. That's just one of those situations where you can't do both. So, like 45 minutes comes about, okay? And he comes back and he gives the girl a hug and he's like, all right, Hunter, I'm gonna take you home now. And I was like, oh, yes, you are. And we get in the car and we're driving off, and he pulls out his cell phone and he holds it up, and as he's driving away he goes, now that's how you get a number. Take a guess of exactly what I said next. You son of a bitch! I was so vulgar on the way home. He's like, what? What? Like you didn't know what you just did wrong? You left me in a parking lot for about an hour. He's like, I'm sorry, bro, but you do make a really good wingman. I was like, oh boy, I'll make sure I put that on a resume. And then we get home, and I'm so mad. I just run into my mom's room. I was like, Mom! She's like, what? She's like, he left me in a parking lot to get a girl's number. She's like, what? And I was like, yeah, dude. He's like, yeah, dude, worth it. And I was like, you need to leave. And I calmed down. I do what I usually do on a Friday night. I just get in my underpants and watch Netflix. And I get a text message, and he goes, hey, you know that girl you were in the car with for 45 minutes? Yeah? I was like, she wants your number. I was like, no. Why not? Tell her no. I'm going to bed. And that is my time. Thank you very much for coming, everybody.
That was awesome.